Welcome back. As the country's COVID-19 cases continue to trend downward, the Equinox Group of companies CEO Vernal Major this week called on Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis to resume indoor dining, adding that his downtown business Escape Lounge and nightclub Climax Lounge have lost some $700,000 due to COVID-19 restrictions outlined in the emergency powers order.
I think that the curve which is flattened, and the government has thanked the Bahamian people for their compliance. So given where we are, we know that just like any other country, there will be some level of restrictions. So in working along with some level of restrictions, half capacity, a third capacity, based on the individual business square footage, we could basically compete and do business under these guidelines.
Mr. Major says that he has written to the Prime Minister about 2 weeks ago and he has yet to respond. However, Mr. Major shared what the letter contained. In the letter,
it spoke to a plea for consideration, given that both businesses here on Bay Street is not able to facilitate outdoor dining like other restaurants. We suggested and asked that based on the curve which is flattening and the numbers which suggest that there's been significant improvements, we would be able to exist and offer our services in the market, but with restricted.
The Equinox Group employs some 45 Bahamians. That's 20 at the Escape Lounge and 25 at the Climax Lounge, rather. Mr. Major adds that after 11 months of COVID restrictions, steep with lockdowns, curfews, and more, he's not sure he'll be able to stay open, and here's why.
Normal business guidelines would say that you would save up to 6 months to a year. And we are past 6 months at this point, and we're approaching that year mark as of next month. So given that as the guideline, we're hoping and praying that it would not exceed a year.
Mr. Major says if restrictions go beyond next month, the company would have to reconsider its position on the way forward. And the Bahamas will soon break into the aircraft registry industry, which could bring enormous economic benefits and diversification to the country, while introducing a new compendium of 3 bills to improve inefficiencies in the aviation industry ahead of a November 2021 audit. The Minister of Tourism and Aviation revealed that the government has plans to introduce a potentially lucrative Bahamas aircraft registry. He said this is added incentive to see improvements in the aviation industry.
Speaker, an aircraft registry is a natural add-on business that the Bahamas can find quite lucrative in much the same way that our ship registry has generated healthy returns over the years. An aircraft registry will not only generate fee income for the government, but it will generate jobs and fee income for lawyers who will set up and arrange the addition of aircraft to our new aircraft registry in the field of aircraft maintenance and storage to accommodate persons wishing to store their aircraft in the jurisdiction, and fees generated by airports, inspectors, fuel providers, etc., which will be a natural offshoot of an aircraft registry from the resulting increased private aircraft traffic.
De Aguilar said the aircraft registry would increase air traffic into the country and complement second home owners and financial services industries. But if it is going to become a reality, Bahamas Civil Aviation Authority must improve its safety and efficiency scores.
No one wants to register their aircraft in a jurisdiction with a safety oversight audit score of 31.98, one of the lowest in the region, and certainly far lower than the jurisdictions where competing aircraft registry services are currently being offered. In the marketing material of a jurisdiction currently involved in the aircraft registry business, it states, and I quote, "Choosing an offshore aircraft registry with a top quality international reputation and uncompromising compliance to all regulatory standards should be at the top of the list of considerations," end quote. Mr. Speaker, in short, if we want to go into the lucrative job-creating, fee-earning aircraft registry business, we simply have to increase that audit score.
De Aguilar said as a result of the low audit score and the accompanying report, the Bahamas Civil Aviation Authority engaged in plans to fix the safety deficiencies that were identified, including hiring expert consultations and involving domestic industry and stakeholder consultation, which resulted in the drafting of the proposed bills. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.